Coming up on the Sports Desk, North football was battling for the Pioneer League crown. We'll show you the shocking result. Speaking of heartbreak, Elko. Oh! In a Pioneer League showdown, South shuts down West, while Bishop Montgomery has reason to celebrate too. Speaking of B-Monty, volleyball playoffs have begun and the Ocean League champ plus Pioneer League winner are moving through the rounds. Know who else you can call Pioneer League champ? Torrance's boys water polo. One ECC men's water polo player breaks a school record and a former Knight gets drafted into the NBA's G League. Plus, North Torrance girls softball league swings and hits for a good cause. We've got the who, what, where, when, why, and how. Let's get things started right now. Hey guys, welcome to the Sports Desk, your one source for all things Torrance sports. I am your host, Lesley Robins, bringing you a gateway to the brightest sports stars and hottest sports spots in Torrance. Before we get to the good stuff, we want to hear from you. Here are the social media stats. I'm at Leslie Mia. The show is at the Sports Desk TV. We've got email, Facebook. Tell us what's going on and what we need to know, because when it comes down to it, this show is all about you. Now let's get you in the know with some numbers. There are no words for what went down in Week 9 in football. Well, there were no points either if we're talking about our beloved Saxons versus the Sentinels. Literally, in a game where North was fighting to become Pioneer League champion, they went into the game 7-1 overall, 3-0 in league. Inglewood crushed them 28-0, and all the points were scored in the second half. Justin Thompson has more.
Thanks, Leslie. Huge game tonight between two titans of the Pioneer League. The North Saxons, with only one loss on the year, taking on the Inglewood Sentinels, who were undefeated and remained so after the game tonight. The North offense suffered from an early injury to Stephen Bradford and were never really able to find their rhythm after that. Nonetheless, we'll get the highlights from tonight's game going right now. And it was a slugfest right off the bat. No points scored by either team in the first quarter, in part thanks to North High's Blake Banks coming up with this interception to end an Inglewood drive. On to the second quarter with more of the same, a defensive battle by both teams. This goal line stand by the Saxons on fourth down would keep the game tied at 0 heading into the half. Things would slip away from the Saxons in the third quarter as Inglewood would score this touchdown just 3 minutes into the quarter. North would fumble the ball on their next drive, and the Sentinels would cash in on the mistake with this touchdown run to extend the lead to 14-0. Inglewood would add 2 more touchdowns in the fourth quarter to make this one a final score of 28-0. A tough loss for a Saxons team that had won their last 7 games.
We fought really hard. It was the tale of two halves, 0-0 going into halftime. Unfortunately, we came out of the locker room without number 23, and he's a pretty big part of our team. So that switch kind of our took a little wind out of our sails, deflated our kids a little bit, but they still played really hard in the second half. And you got to give credit to Inglewood. They fought and they did a lot of nice things, especially in the second half. Their speed kind of took over, and their athletes did a nice job.
We played pretty good. They're a good team. It's a hard-fought game. We stuck together until the end. Just kept on fighting, pushing, and outcome wasn't great, but it's a stepping stone until we see the playoff teams that we're gonna have to face.
Coach Croce's challenge now is to keep the locker room confident and to keep his team focused on the rest of the season.
Yeah, we can't feel sorry for ourselves. We got to get ready to go. It's a crosstown rivalry again next week with South, and they're going to be excited to come over here and spoil things for us. So, got to get our heads screwed on straight and start watching film tomorrow and get ready to go.
On a night where North took just their second loss, another Torrance team, Bishop Montgomery, picked up their second win of the season. Bishop started the scoring early with this walk-in touchdown off a swing pass to junior wide receiver Langston Matoyer. The Knights would extend their lead to 14-0 in the second quarter with this pass to senior captain Brenton Hewitt. Monica would respond on the last play of the half with this dime from Ethan Grady to Matthew Rodriguez, 14-7 Knights at the half. The two schools would trade touchdowns again in the third quarter. Langston Matoyer with his second touchdown of the day off this easy pitch and catch touchdown. 21-13 Bishop heading into the fourth. And the Knights' defense held strong. On the last drive of the game, Monica looking for the touchdown to force overtime, but Pearson Cordova had other plans, coming up with this game-sealing interception. Here's Pearson talking about his huge play.
Well, I kind of saw the fade coming from the play before where they ran the out, so I knew that they were going to try and test me on something that was deeper and straight. You just got to keep your eye on the ball, focus, and then once you catch it, it's the greatest relief of all time. You did your job, you won the game for your team, it's just amazing.
And Bishop's coach was very pleased with what he saw from his team.
Yeah, well, they had some really talented guys. I think going into this game, we were supposed to lose 49-14, I saw somewhere. So our guys, played great. I'm really proud of them, as proud as I've been of them all season. They just played with a lot of heart. They executed the scheme we had to kind of slow down some of their skill guys, and we were able to hold on at the end. We had a couple guys go down, offensively, so we were just trying to use the clock and hold on, to be honest with you, offensively. We had a couple big plays by Murray and a couple other guys, and then obviously Pearson Cordova came up huge with 2 interceptions at the end to stop them on goal line, and that kind of was the difference in the game.
Good stuff there, Knights. Well, it was a Pioneer League showdown between South and West, and it was the Spartans who were victorious, putting them at 6-3 overall, 3-1 in league. It marks the first win for South over West since 2010. Cameron Stelly was there.
South on their home turf tonight against West. It was senior night as well as the last home game of the season. It started out as a pretty competitive game in the beginning, but South came away with the win for the first time against West in 8 years. South got on the board first when quarterback Drew Nash connected with Cade Barger to put the Spartans in scoring position. The next play, Nash finds Cade Jones, who takes it in the end zone, making it 7-0 South. But West will respond later in the first when Xerxes Raymer breaks loose for a big gain. Then on the same drive, quarterback Jackson Sharman hands it off to Joseph Tinna, who rolls off the defenders and takes this one home, making it 7-7. Before half, the Spartans tack on 3 more with a field goal that is good from Drew Nash. After the half, the Spartans dominated West, putting up 33 points. Cade Barger turns on the Jets and gets his first TD of the night, making it 17-7. But West is quick to answer when Sharman hands this off to Xerxes Raymer and punches it into the end zone, making it 17-14. But the Spartans take control from here. Quarterback Drew Nash gets his first receiving touchdown ever. Then Nash finds Cade Jones, who adds another TD, looking pretty excited in his celebration. South would add 2 more touchdowns, making the final 43-14. Here's what the Spartans had to say about their exciting win against West.
Everything worked, from the running to passing, our blocking. Everything was just going well, and I thought we were just totally better than them. Nothing against them, but I thought we just outplayed them in every way. And just our quarterback, he was scrambling, got his first ever receiving touchdown. That was pretty cool. But overall, we were just better than them, and we were just working them.
It was great. Our team just came out and played hard. Our game plan coming into the game was great. We came out like we did this for Coach Doby, and we did it. We haven't beat them in 8 years, and it's just a great feeling. It's crazy. I remember coming here 4 years ago when Coach Mishler got here too. It's just crazy. Time flies. It goes really fast.
After 8 years, they just had a belief. They didn't let that bother them. And when our seniors were freshmen, our juniors were freshmen, they beat them on the lower levels, so they knew they could do it. It was just a matter of getting it done under the lights. And they believed all week. And we have a lot of respect for West. And I've known Coach Holt for years, and I know a lot of guys on their staff. So we knew it wasn't going to be easy. But we felt really good about our chances. We knew we had to weather an early storm, but we felt good about it going away at the end.
As for next week's game plan, South's last game of the regular season, Coach says they have their work cut out for them.
They're a great football team, and I work over there during the week, and I know a lot of the kids. And they've got the best player in the division, playing running back for them. And Coach Croce does a great job with their staff. And when we got our work cut out for us, we have no doubt about that. But we're just going to enjoy this one. This is, as you said, 8 years. We're going to enjoy this one a lot, but we know we got our hands full with that one, and that's going to be a very difficult game.
And Torrance High, wait for it, grabbed their very first victory on the road, beating Morningside 42-13. Over at El Camino, it was a shocking and sudden loss in the final seconds of the game. The Warriors led for 57 minutes and 24 seconds, but Mount Sac won 43-40. Melanie Chacon has more from Murdoch Stadium.
Thanks, Lesley. So not the outcome the Warriors were hoping for today, but a really hard-fought game. ECC took the loss to the Mount Sac Mounties 43-40. They're now 1-1 in conference. They've got another conference game next week. They'll head to Palomar College, where they'll be taking on the Comets. Here are some of the highlights from today's game. The Mounties defense stopped ECC from getting into the end zone on their first drive, but the field goal is good. Mount Sac's first possession was broken up by this Justin Sanchez pick six, giving the Warriors an early 10-0 lead. The Mounties answered back with a touchdown of their own, but it didn't take long for the Warriors to score again, 17-7 after the first quarter. Mount Sac's Rashad White added another touchdown, and the Warriors fight back. Gotoy in trouble, and he finds Isaiah Jones. ECC has the lead after 31-21. In the second half, the Mounties did not allow another ECC touchdown, and instead the Warriors had to settle for 3 field goals, but still had the lead 40-35. With just 8 seconds left to play, Mount Sac busted it open with a touchdown and 2-point conversion. The Warriors, desperate to stay undefeated in conference, trying to make something happen but can't seal the deal, and the Mounties win it 43-40.
I was really proud of our team. I thought we played hard and gave a lot of emotion and effort to the game. I thought we played really well in spots. Unfortunately, the outcome wasn't what we wanted, and wish we had one more drive. First, we got to lick our wounds a little bit. You know, when you care about something, it hurts. We care, so it hurts. So we got to get over the emotion of it tonight, heal up, try and get better this week, and then get down to Palomar and get that feeling out of our mouths.
I feel like my team, we had the right energy today. I feel like it was just a couple mistakes that just hurt us today. But I feel like we did great. We executed well today. The offense, we showed up today. Defensive players, they played well today. We got a couple guys banged up, but hey, they came through today. I feel good with my team, and I feel like we're doing well. We're defending the conference champs. I feel like my guys, they understand what it is. So I feel like they go hard, and we're gonna come back. We're gonna get the conference champs back, and we're not done.
Okay, coming up, more from Elko. Men's water polo is winning games and breaking records. Just call the Tartars boys water polo squad Pioneer League champion. We'll tell you how they did it. CIF Southern Section volleyball playoffs are going down. Who's in, who's out. Plus, girls golf, the North Torrance Girls Softball League, and a Bishop alum is headed to the NBA's G League. Stay tuned.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me.
You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes. That's who we are.
Welcome back to the Sports Desk. Lesley Robins here. We are right in the middle of CIF Southern Section Girls Volleyball Playoffs. Lots of moving parts, so keep on our social pages for all the latest scores. But right now, let's start off with your Ocean League champion, Bishop Montgomery, a team knocking down their opponents in Division II 1-1. In the second round of the CIF Southern Section Playoffs, BMonty hosted Cypress at home. The Knights took the first set over Cypress 25-17 behind 5 kills by Tekenya Stafford. In the second set, it was more of the same as Tekenya Stafford recorded 6 straight kills and the Knights led 15-7. Tekenya's younger sister, Tori Stafford, got into the act recording 4 kills in the final 10 points to help the Knights take a commanding 2-set lead with a 25-14 second win. Now, with BMonty trailing the entire third set, Cypress took that one 25-21. So to the fourth we go, and Bishop Montgomery was up 9-3 early and came out with the win 25-21 to clinch the match 3-1. BMonty travels to San Juan Hills next for CIF Southern Section Division II quarterfinals.
Today's game, we knew that they had big outsides, so really our strategy was to isolate them and to make sure that we focused on our defense, getting around the ball and trying to get our hands in front of their face. I'm proud of our team for being dominant in those first 2 sets. However, this team, Cyprus, is a good team. They won their league, and I was impressed at how we fought back even when we were down, and that we closed the game in 4. My girls played really hard tonight, especially Tori and TK. They had the most kills they've had throughout the season. Impressive.
I think our strategy going into today's game was basically energy, have high energy, because we knew that it's going to be a tough match, and we just knew that we need to have high energy throughout the whole game. We're not going to count the team out. They're a really good team. I just think they came back with a lot of energy, and, it was just a fight. It feels great to have the most kills, because it just feels like I worked hard. Going forward from here, I just think what sets us apart from other teams is our energy, our high energy, which elevates our game even higher. I just feel like if we carry that on with us throughout the whole time, we'll be fine. We'll leave our hearts out there, and we'll do good.
Our strategy going into today's game was fight hard, have a lot of energy because we know it's Saturday, and we just have to make sure we keep our energy up on the court. We scouted the team so we know every spot they hit, so we have to just really focus on that and be able to change anything if we need it. I mean, I think a lot of sets were going to me today, and I had to just mentally think, okay, I need to put this ball away. So I think that's what happened, and it kind of worked out today, so that's good. We won!
It all began in the first round when the Division II Knights hosted Flint Ridge Sacred Heart at home. Cameron Stelly was there.
The first round of the CIF playoffs, and Bishop Montgomery made this one look easy, shutting Flint Ridge out in all 3 sets, winning 25-17. Bishop Montgomery hosted Flint Ridge for the first round of the playoffs, and the Knights came out hot. They got a lead early and kept up that momentum in all 3 sets. Autumn Kirby and Finley Rollins with the block at the net, then Autumn Kirby again with a kill, this time just showing her power. Followed by a big stop from Caitlin Johnson and Kenya Stafford. Defense in particular has been a priority at practice and preparing for Flint Ridge, says head coach Tiffany Morales.
Along with our defense is our blocking technique. So on this team, we had to commit block because they run their offense so fast, and our team was disciplined in doing so. So that means our middle shaded over to the outside to block her.
Game 2 wasn't much different. The Knights got the lead early and controlled the game. A strong serve from Nyla Brown and then a block at the net from Caitlin Johnson and Emily Cloud had Flint Ridge scrambling. Then check out these digs from Kenya Stafford, showing tremendous effort to keep this volley alive for the Knights. Stafford believes the amount of energy her team had Wednesday night led to their success.
It feels awesome. I just feel like we all worked hard just to achieve something great, and I feel like we worked really hard defensively, and just our energy is what really sets us apart from the rest of the other teams. I feel like our energy is a big part of everything about us.
You certainly could feel the energy because it didn't let up in Game 3. Finley Rollins going up against Emma Willingham at the net and gets the block. Then the next play, Tori Stafford with the block against Willingham again. The Knights finish it off and shut Flint Ridge out with 3 straight wins. Here's what other Bishop Montgomery players had to say about their performance.
Honestly, so fun. Winning in 3 feels great. I'm proud of our team for finishing it. We took all our energy and we just finished it in 3. So it was really impressive.
As a team, we all have to want to win, and I think we're doing good wanting to win. But we have to come in scouting them, knowing where they're playing, and we really scouted this team. So I think all the stuff that we worked on really played off this game.
Over to our Pioneer League champion South High. They were on the road in their Division III second round match, but fell to San Marcos 3-2. The Spartans are a team that went 10-0 in league, 24-8 overall in the regular season. It's a tough outcome. South hosted Valencia in its Division III first round match and did trail in each of the first 3 sets, but somehow dug deep for the win. Justin Thompson has more.
Playoff volleyball at South High with the Spartans taking on the Valencia Vikings, and this matchup did not disappoint. What a battle here in the first set. Both teams came out firing, and after staying neck and neck through the first 50 points, South High comes up clutch, winning 2 in a row to secure a 27-25 first set victory. But Valencia wasn't going down without a fight. The Vikings regrouped and jumped out to a 19-14 lead. South would mount a comeback to tie it up at 23 apiece before Valencia came up with some huge spikes to win the set 25-23. On to the third set we go, where it was another nail-biter. This time tied at 17-all before the Spartans would win 8 of the next 12 points to make it a 25-21 victory for South. So the Spartans took all the momentum heading into the fourth set and found themselves up 13-3 early. Valencia would battle back, but in the end they would fall short as South would win this one by a score of 25-20, making it a 3-1 win on the day. Great match and a great win for a Spartan team who would advance to the next round to take on San Marcos.
And now to the early losses. 2 area teams were on the road against league champions in Division 4's first round. Torrance visited Rio Hondo League champ South Pasadena and fell 3-0. West played against Mountain Pass champ Hemet, but couldn't get over the mountain, also getting swept 3-0. Ambassador High 2 lost in 3 sets in its Division 9 first round match against Lutheran of Laverne. In girls golf, the Bay League Individual Championship just went down and our area schools represented well. West Rena Tain fired a 1/72 to finish second. South's Emma Kang finished third with a 78, and then South's Cameron Kwong rounded out the top 5. And congratulations to Torrance High's Amy Uchida. She was named Ocean League Player of the Year and has advanced to CIF Individuals. And now we join the North Torrance Girls Softball Girls League doing what they love for charity.
I want to welcome everybody here. Thank you so much to come out and support our event.
We're here at North Torrance Girls Softball, bringing awareness to our community to prevent breast cancer. So North Torrance Girls Softball is hosting an event to strike out cancer, which is a program that's created by the NFCA, the National Fast Pitch Coaches Association. And we are soliciting donations for breast cancer awareness in honor of Breast Cancer Research Foundation, bcrf.org. We have all of our girls out here participating in softball skills. So they're going to be pitching, they're going to be hitting, running, catching fly balls, and throwing them out at first. And all of this is in support of breast cancer awareness. They have gone out and asked for donations to sponsor them in this event, and they're going to come and strike out cancer. All day long, we're going to be hosting this skills event, and the girls are going to have a lot of fun. We have a lot of participation around us, and we just want to bring awareness to our community and support this great program. And hopefully we're going to be able to give a big fat donation to BCRF.
The league tells the sports desk they did in fact give a very nice check. They raised $1,060 for the Breast Cancer Research Fund. Okay, coming up, boys water polo and men's water polo. From high school to college, we are in the pools, and one ECC athlete is breaking records. Plus, a former Knight goes NBA G League. Stay tuned.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Welcome back to the Sports Desk. Lesley Robins here. Congratulations are in order to Torrance High's boys water polo team. They clinched the Pioneer League title with a victory over South. And if you look closely, like where's Waldo, that is Coach Lara in the pool. What a time for the Tartars boys water polo team. They remained perfect in Pioneer League play with a 14-3 win over North. Last week, the boys also got wins over South and West, both ranked in the latest CIF Southern Section Division 6 poll. South is 5th in Division 6 and West 7th. Melanie Chacon has the highlights.
In their second meeting of the season, both Torrance and North let their defense shine early with some great blocks on both ends and high-intensity play. And then senior Armando Mendoza started it off for Torrance, and the Tartars lead it 3-0 in the first quarter. Mendoza again working the left side and finds a way to sneak another goal in for Torrance. North's players Nolan McKellar and Neri Quaylar would put the Saxons on the board in the second, but the Tartars would prove to be the better team and pulled away with a 14-3 victory over North.
So we had some good things today. We were able to score a lot of goals, but I would have liked to work on our offense a little bit better rather than just going down and shooting the ball. I wanted them to pass it around because we do have 2 really big games coming up. So right now we're 4-0 in the league. We next face, we face Milken tomorrow, and then we have South on Thursday. If we beat South, we win the league, so that's my number 1 goal right now.
We wanted to work on things. We didn't. We strayed away from what we wanted to do. It was still a win, but it wasn't the type of win we wanted. So now it's just practicing every day, working on what we need to in our game tomorrow, getting ready for South on Thursday. We're going to win league on Thursday.
In the next game, South didn't waste any time and scored their first goal just 20 seconds into the match. West did their best to answer back and finally got one late in the second, but the Spartans would lead it 4-1 at the half. The third and fourth quarters were action-packed, with both teams playing exceptionally well and aggressive both offensively and defensively, but it was the Spartans that got the W over the Warriors 7-4.
We're finally playing as a team. They were communicating, really putting in the effort on defense, I think, mostly, and then putting in the outside shots where they saw fit, and really taking advantage of where those openings were, because they didn't come very often. They did really well on defense, really good on offense in the fourth quarter, and kind of kept their composure, so that was awesome, especially for how young of a team they are.
This game, we had a lot of confidence going into it because we knew their strategy, and they just like to drive a lot, and we figured that out as the game went on, and we realized that we had to drop, and then that helped us a lot, getting our steals and then our counterattacks. We stuck to our defense, and we did a really good job. We scored some nice shots, and I'm just really proud of our team overall.
ECC's men's water polo program is fire right now. They just recorded their 10th win in a row, closing out the regular season 19-8 overall. Before the team heads to the South Coast Conference Championships next month, we're taking you back to the team's final home match of the year. The name of the game was Offense when the Warriors recorded its 6th straight victory with this 19-10 decision over Rio Hondo at the ECC pool. But it was actually in the match before this one where a new school record was made. Check this out. As the team scored a pair of victories at the Santa Monica mini tournament, Nate Griffith became a legend in the final game of the day as he dished out 9 assists for the Warriors, a new single-game record in ECC history. And another former Torrance area athlete is shining bright right now. Bishop Montgomery alum, class of 2015, Stephen Thompson Jr., was just drafted by NBA G League affiliate of the Milwaukee Bucks, the Wisconsin Herd. He was selected in the second round of the draft. Thompson Jr. graduated from Oregon State earlier this year and participated in the NBA's Summer League with the Dallas Mavericks. Way to go. And that is going to do it for this show. We will see you back here next week. In the meantime, here are the social media stats. I'm at Lesley Mia. The show is at the SportsDesk TV. We've got email, Facebook. Be sure to keep in touch and take us behind your scenes. For everyone here at the Sports Desk, I'm Lesley Robins. Thanks for watching.